Today's story, Marcy Cheers Up. If you remember the last story, Marcy went to sleepaway camp and she had a whole bunch of feelings surrounding leaving the family and having the new adventures. Well, in this story, Marcy cheers up. So let's see what happened. Even though Marcy was feeling a little bit better, it was good to know that in just another day or two, her mom and dad would visit. Marcy was even looking forward to seeing Beth. She didn't mind sharing some attention just as long as she got some herself. The day finally came. Marcy was very excited. She wanted everything to be just right for her parents' visit. She wanted her bed to be made nicely and her clothing to be folded. So she made her bed carefully and straightened her cubby out. She wanted to introduce her parents to the 3 friends that she made. The day was going to be great. After breakfast, the cars started to come in. Marcy counted about 35 cars. Where were her parents? Where was their car? She wondered if they forgot that this was visiting day. Marcy began to give up hope until there it was. Mom was in the front seat next to her dad. Dad was driving and Beth was in the back. Everyone was waving and yelling Marcy's name. They remembered. Marcy's family arrived. You know, obviously, her parents weren't going to forget about visiting day. But these are some of the things that children worry about. If you're a 2nd or 3rd grader listening to this story, did you ever worry or wonder about why your parents maybe didn't keep a promise, or maybe why things didn't turn out the way you thought they were going to do? Sometimes things don't turn out the way we expect, and it's very important to be able to question in a gentle way, expressing what we expected, and then ask why it didn't happen that way. Sometimes we misunderstood what was supposed to happen according to everybody else, and we were wrong, and we expected the wrong thing. But sometimes somebody makes a mistake and forgets to keep a promise. The way we earn trust is by keeping promises that we make, and by being gentle to explain why things are different from our perspective than from somebody else's. If you've ever been asked, why didn't you do this? I thought that you said that you would make your bed or clean up, and you remember, I did promise. The best thing to do is just say, I'm sorry, I forgot. I need to go do that because I made a promise. I need to keep true to my word. Think about that. So Marcy was very happy her parents arrived. Finally. She had to wait until the car parked, and then she ran to her mother's open arms. Marcy and her mom were almost in tears. They both felt very happy. They hadn't seen each other in a very long time. And it was nice to finally be together again. It was only 11 days, but to both of them, it felt like forever. Marcy wanted to show her parents everything. There were a lot of mixed feelings swirling around in her head. She was proud to be on her own. She wanted to go home on visiting day. She knew that she would be just fine if she finished the camp season, and that was the plan. Marcy made it this far and knew she could do it all the way. She decided to stay in camp. Good for her. The picnic lunch was filled with lots of foods that Marcy loved, like string cheese and celery with peanut butter, chocolate Pop-Tarts. Not always the most healthful choices, but they were fun for a treat. Strawberries, blueberries, Thin turkey in sandwiches just the way she loved them. Baby carrots, fresh cut pineapple, potato chips, and some more good stuff. To top it off, Marcy's parents also surprised her with 3 new comic books. She had 2 pretty pens to write letters, a box of envelopes and the stamps she asked to have her parents bring on visiting day, a box of tissues, sugar-free gum, Lifesavers mints, special thin chocolate cream mints, which were her favorite, and best of all, her music player. Yup, this stuff would make the rest of her camp experience very, very good. Yes, indeed, now Marcy knew for sure she'd be just fine. Sometimes things that make us feel comfortable are very important to have around, like a favorite blanket or a teddy bear or special pictures. In this case, Marcy had all the things that made her feel comfortable. Marcy didn't want her parents to leave, but she was glad she had great stuff to look forward to. She really wanted to have a hug goodnight from Mom and Dad. But the things they brought made it easier for her to go to sleep with them in her thoughts and in her heart, even if they weren't able to give her a hug. She marked the days until she would return home, and she wrote letters and loved to get mail. Marcy enjoyed the rest of camp, especially because she knew it was going to be less than 3 more weeks until it was over. That wasn't so long compared to all the time she would be home and in school. Marcy looked at the picture her mom brought. She blew it a kiss goodnight. Marcy fell asleep thinking about how lucky she was to have a wonderful family and a chance to test herself in a safe place like sleepaway camp. So that's Marcy and her friends, and this is how Marcy got adjusted to sleepaway camp. Thank you so much for listening. Join me next week when we read another Marcy story. Bye-bye for now.